Another day, another story. Chandrayaan-3 is a follow-on mission to Chandrayaan-2 to demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing and roving on the lunar surface. It consists of lander and rover configuration. It will be launched by LVM-3 from SDSC Shah, Sriharikota. The propulsion module will carry the lander and rover configuration till 100 km lunar orbit. The propulsion module has spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth, shape, payload to study the spectral and polarimetric measurements of Earth from the lunar orbit. India's ambitious Chandrayaan-3 mission is making its way around the moon smoothly, with the exciting aim of landing on its surface. Launched on July 14, 2023, from Sriharikota's Satish Dhawan Space Center, the spacecraft has safely entered the moon's orbit and is getting closer to its surface. Lander payloads: Chandra's surface thermophysical experiment, CHASE, to measure the thermal conductivity and temperature. Instrument for lunar seismic activity, ILSA, for measuring the seismicity around the landing site. Langmuir probe, LP, to estimate the plasma density and its variations. A passive laser retroreflector array from NASA is accommodated for lunar laser ranging studies. Rover payloads: alpha particle X-ray spectrometer, APXS, and laser-induced breakdown spectroscope, LIBS, for deriving the elemental composition in the vicinity of landing site. Chandrayaan-3 consists of an indigenous lander module, LM, propulsion module, PM, and a rover with an objective of developing and demonstrating new technologies required for interplanetary missions. The lander will have the capability to soft land at a specified lunar site and deploy the rover, which will carry out in situ chemical analysis of the lunar surface during the course of its mobility. The lander and the rover have scientific payloads to carry out experiments on the lunar surface. The main function of PM is to carry the LM from launch vehicle injection till final lunar 100 km circular polar orbit and separate the LM from PM. Apart from this, the propulsion module also has one scientific payload as a value addition, which will be operated post-separation of lander module. The launcher identified for Chandrayaan-3 is LVM-3M4, which will place the integrated module in an elliptic parking orbit, EPO, of size approximately 170 by 36,500 km. The mission objectives of Chandrayaan-3 are to demonstrate safe and soft landing on lunar surface, to demonstrate rover roving on the moon, and to conduct in situ scientific experiments. To achieve the mission objectives, several advanced technologies are present in lander, such as altimeters, laser and RF-based altimeters, velocimeters, laser Doppler velocimeter and lander horizontal velocity camera inertial measurement, laser gyro-based inertial referencing and accelerometer package propulsion system, 800N throttleable liquid engines, 58N attitude thrusters and throttleable engine control, electronics navigation, guidance and control, NGC, powered descent trajectory design and associate software elements, hazard detection and avoidance, lander hazard detection and avoidance camera and processing algorithm, landing leg mechanism. India's space agency has released the first images of the moon taken by the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft, which entered lunar orbit on Saturday. The images show craters on lunar surface getting larger and larger as the spacecraft draws closer. Chandrayaan-3's lander and rover are due to reach the surface on the 23rd of August. If successful, India will be the first country to perform a controlled, soft landing near the South Pole. It will also become only the fourth to achieve a soft landing on the moon after the US, the former Soviet Union and China. After the spacecraft orbited the Earth for about 10 days, it was sent into the translunar orbit last Tuesday and successfully injected into the lunar orbit on Saturday. India mission enters moon orbit, aiming for South Pole. Indian Space Research Agency, ISRO, said that all checks showed that Chandrayaan-3 was in good health. It has also pointed out that this is the third time in succession that ISRO has successfully injected a spacecraft into the lunar orbit. Scientists say Chandrayaan-3, the third in India's program of lunar exploration, is expected to build on the success of its earlier moon missions. Historic India moon mission lifts off successfully. It comes 13 years after the country's first moon mission in 2008, which discovered the presence of water molecules on the parched lunar surface and established that the moon has an atmosphere during daytime. Chandrayaan-2, which also comprised an orbiter, a lander and a rover, was launched in July 2019, but it was only partially successful. Its orbiter continues to circle and study the moon even today, but the lander rover failed to make a soft landing and crashed during touchdown. Chandrayaan-3's orbit is reduced to 174 km by 1,437 km following a maneuver performed on August 9.